Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
Jai,
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai,
गुरु महाराज की जय।
Jai,
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
Jai,
और ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees,
Hare Krishna.
शिव गुण कृष्ण दास प्रभु जी की
Jai.
Srila
हरे
Prabhupada ki jai.
कृष्णा।
Jai.
Thank you devotees once again for joining. Hare Krishna. So yesterday, day for yesterday, we have started Prabhuji the new chapter. Just we have completed the
Yes.
introduction plus one verse. We just kept it like that. So from second verse onwards, we will start today. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jamadare Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Bhagdarbhavati Nashtagi Mukam Karodi Vachalam Bangum Langayade Girim Yat Krivadamaham Paramananda Madhavam Sri Gurim Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyam Isharam Omajnanadmirandasya Jnananjana Shalagya Chachurumilidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurive Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyendadandi Subhadandigam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhavadagamelam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Saganatigunadanyadam Nam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Prijanasagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalala Sri Vishakanyadamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagalpati Gopesha Gopiga Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी वाचात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले Hare Krishna. Welcome once more all devotees. Hare Krishna. So, okay, Prabhuji, I will start with verse number 2. So today chapter.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. Sixth chapter, entitled The Downfall of Saubhari Muni. Okay, Hare Krishna. तिथिधरस्य प्रजस्य भार्यायां तन्तवे अर्थितः अङ्गिरा जनयामास ब्रह्मवर्चस्विन सुदान् रथीधरस्य प्रजस्य भार्यायां तन्तवे अर्थितः अङ्गिरा जनयामास ब्रह्मवर्चस्विनः सुदान्. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki child. Translation. Ridhidhara had no sons, and therefore he requested the great sage Angira to beget sons for him. Because of his request, Angira begot sons in the womb of Ridhidhara's wife. All these sons were born with Brahmanical prowess. Translation once more. Ridhidhara had no sons, and therefore he requested the great sage Angira to beget sons for him. Because of this request, Angira begot sons in the womb of Ridhidhara's wife. All these sons were born with Brahmanical prowess. Puppet. In the Vedic age, a man was sometimes called upon to beget sons in the womb of a lesser man's wife for the sake of better progeny. In such an instance, the woman is compared to an agricultural field. A person possessing an agriculture field may employ another person to produce food grains from it, but because the grains are produced from the land, they are considered the property of the owner of the land. Similarly, a woman was sometimes allowed to be impregnated by someone other than her husband, but the sons born of her would then become her husband's son. Such sons were called Kshetrajada. Because Radhidhara had no sons, he took advantage of this method. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So, my humble obeisances to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So, we are entering a new chapter entitled the 6th chapter, The Downfall of Saubhari Muni. So, yeah, very famous pastime, the Saubhari Muni. But that is coming at the end of this chapter only. So, in the beginning, in this first 1 to 5 verses discussed about the descendants of Ambarish and Ikshvaku. So, that is what we are discussing now, their descendants. Especially the first 3 verses, now 1, 2, 3, is describing about the descendants of Maharaj Ambarish. Because Ambarish Maharaj pastimes, we already saw that, and such a glorious devotee. His lineage we are going to discuss now. So, first 3 verses discusses about the descendants of Maharaj Ambarish. Then 4 and 5 describes about the descendants of Ikshvaku.
Yeah,
Ikshvaku is another son of Vaivasvata Manu. So that is 4 and 5. So we will see today. Ambarish Maharaj had 3 sons named Virupa, Ketuman and Sambhu. So these are 3 sons of Ambarish Maharaj. And from that, if you see Virupa, he had Ratitara. Okay, from Prasadaswa, Ratitara. That. So here we are coming to Ratitara. He had no sons. Sometimes it happens, no? Sometimes they marry and they don't get children. So here Ratitara also had no sons. So therefore he requested the great sage Angira to beget sons for him. Because of this request, Angira beget sons in the womb of Ratitara's wife. All the sons were born with Brahmanical prowess. Because, Angira, sage Angira, he was with Brahmanical prowess. So same. Now we say genetics, right? Genetics, genes. Whatever comes from the parents, it comes to the transfers to the child. Somebody like that. So same way, but Srila Prabhupada writes that purport very nicely. Because people may, only if you read translation, people will actually take what is this scripture telling about, one person wife, somebody else is coming and, he is requested to beget son, and what is all this? They may mistake or misunderstand the culture, Vedic culture itself. That Vedic culture was promoting all these things. Like that people can misunderstand if they read the translation. That's why Acharya's purport are always very important. Srila Prabhupada writes here, in the Vedic age, the Vedic culture, a man was sometimes called upon to beget sons in the womb of a lesser man's wife. This is the condition for the sake of a better progeny. So that was practiced during the time of Vedic periods. A man was sometimes called upon to beget sons in the womb of a lesser man's wife for the sake of better progeny. So they want to create a better future generation. Same in Mahabharata also, Arjuna is afraid. Varna Shankara. That one is saying that if the progeny future is not good, then the whole world will turn into chaos. But if the progeny is good, then actually the world will be a better place to live. So all we need is, now we are all Krishna conscious, and in future if you don't have Krishna conscious people, then it is difficult actually. Now also sometimes what happens, parents, they are growing up their child in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes when they are checking for their suitable alliance, we don't get Krishna conscious children, like devotees. So sometimes the marriage also get postponed. So this kind of problems will happen if you don't have a better progeny. The future is very important. The future of the world is very important. How does the future depend? On what basis future is depending? The future depends on current generation, the younger generation. They say Gen Z generation, So if they are not good, then the future will not be good. So for the good of the future, sometimes, this kind of things were practiced at the time of Vedic period. So for example, Prabhupada gives an analogy to understand this in a better way. The analogy is, in such an instance, the woman is compared to an agricultural field. So normally, we all have everybody has some amount, like some few cents or acres of land, agricultural field. Sometimes what happens, we are actually, if we have time, we are maintaining the field. And sometimes, people who are in abroad, then they give it to somebody on lease, like to take care, but they will pay everything. But still we are the owner of the land. So like that, the woman is compared to an agricultural field. A person possessing an agricultural field may employ another person to produce food grains from it. So that happens. But the grains are produced from that land, they are considered the property of the owner of the land. So, after the cultivation period, whatever, that is gone back to the owner. Similarly, a woman, not every time, it is proper, right? Sometimes. Here, why he has done like that? Because he had no sons. So, if he has no sons, then he has no future. His generation is going to stop. So, he requested not a normal person, he requested a great sage Angira. And the sages, they are not behind sense gratification. We know that. The sages are already self-controlled. They are not interested in sense gratification. But because of Ratidara requested, the great sage Angira accepted this proposal, and because he had no sons for his progeny, he accepted to beget the sons through Ratidara's wife. Here we can see similarly, the woman sometimes allowed to be impregnated with someone other than her husband. Okay, it happens sometimes, but the sons born of her would then become her husband's sons. So automatically the sons will become the husband's sons. Such sons were called as Kshetra Jata. Because Radhidhara had no sons, he took advantage of this method. So this practice was accepted in the Vedic culture. Nowadays, people go for, what is that, surrogacy or something. You know that, bro? You heard? Many people sometimes... Yeah, so sometimes the actress also, sometimes they don't want to get, pregnant, and they don't want to spoil their, this thing. Sometimes they go for this. Yes. So they go for this kind of method. Currently, that is in practice. They will hire a lady and pay money, and they will, put their sperm and ovum in her womb. And then the child is born, then they will take the child for them. Like that many people are doing. Or sometimes who have some issues, ladies, they have issues in their embryo and they cannot beget children, then this method is also. So that is modern time. Modern time, by technology we are all doing. Similarly, ancient time, this was used because they had no sons. So that's how we should understand this. Hare Krishna. So anything to discuss on this, or if there is nothing, we can go to the next verse.
Prabhuji, Radhidara's wife only, no? For his own wife, it is saying here. But
Radhidara's wife had no sons, and womb of Radhidara's wife, his own wife, But so wife name is given. Wife's name is given?
No. But who is
Not
father?
the
Father
father
Angira's
is Angira,
child only.
Angira, no, Angira Muni.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Angira Muni. See, Radhidara had no sons. So he requested the sage Angira that
Uh,
you have to, beget son through my wife.
I see. Oh,
So,
I
and
thought
the
that
Vedic culture was, yeah, yeah.
Muni, sages means maybe he can do some austerity like that. I thought that. Okay. Anyway,
No,
it is.
let's say, yeah. Like our, that, whatever this Pandavas, no, this, what is it? Dhritarashtra, Pandu, they were also born, no? Like that. But that time they were, like, the husband was already, passed away, right? Husband was passed away, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Mm.
Then Vasudev
Vyasadeva was
only.
requested to, and that pastime was there, no? Like that, they're all one close their eyes, then that's why he became blind, and and then the second one almost fainted because of the smell coming from his body, and then that's why uh,
Panduraj.
Pandu he
Pandu.
became like the skin and everything became, but that maid she was like in a normal consciousness. So then Vidura was born. So like that. So this practice was there in Vedic culture. Sometimes they request the sages to, for their good progeny, they request to them, so that the future, their whatever their lineage will be powerful like that. Same case.
We'll go
So
to
anything
next.
else to discuss, and we'll go to next verse otherwise.
Yeah, we'll go to next verse.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I read next verse?
3 having a small purport only, Prabhuji. Then 4.
If you want, we can go together also. If you want, no issues.
3 and 4 and 5 we will read.
Yeah. So as I said, 1 to 3 is descendants of Maharaj Ambarish. Then 4 and 5 will be descendants of Ikshwaku.
Okay. That.
Then from 6 starts the story of Vikushi. From 6. Okay, we can read together up to 5 if you want. You can read, bro. No issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, 6th chapter, sloka number 3. Ye te kshetra prasuta vai punastvangira smritaha रथितराणां प्रवहराः क्षेत्रे पेतद्विजातयः ये ते क्षेत्रप्रसूता वै पुनस्त्वाङ्गिरसाः स्मृता रथितराणां प्रवराः क्षेत्रोपेतद्विजातयः. Translation. Having been born from the womb of Ratitara's wife, all these sons were known as the dynasty of Ratitara. But because they were born from the semen of Angira, they were also known as the dynasty of Angira. Among all the progeny of Ratitara, these sons were the most prominent because, owing to their birth, they were considered Brahmanas. Translation once again. Having been born from the womb of Ratitara's wife, all these sons were known as the dynasty of Ratitara. But because they were born from the semen of Angira, they were also known as the dynasty of Angira. Among all the progeny of Ratitara, these sons were the most prominent because, owing to their birth, they were considered Brahmanas. Purport. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura gives the meaning of Dvijatayaha as mixed caste, indicating a mixture of Brahmana and Kshatriya. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. 4 or somebody can read. Or Mataji. Verse number 4. Okay, read Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Srimad
Okay.
Bhagavatam 9.6.4. Kushuvatastu manojane ikshagur granata sudha tasya putra sada jadesha vikushi nimi dadakaha kushvatastu mano jane ikshagur granada sudha tasya putra sada jasta vikushi nimi dadaka
Dandakaha.
translation
Dandakaha.
dandakaha translation purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The son of Manu was Ikshagu. When Manu was sneezing, Ikshagu was born from Manu's nostril. King Ikshagu had 100 sons, of whom Bhikukshi, Nimmi, and Dandaka was the most prominent. According to Sridhara Swami, although Bhagavatam 9.1 and 11 to 12, 9.1 to 11 to 12 has previously included Ikshagu among the 10 sons begotten by Manu in his wife Shraddha. This was generalization. It is here specifically explained that Ikshagu was born simply from the sneezing of Manu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Next one. Read, man.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Verse number 5. तेषां पुरस्ताद् अभवन् आर्यावर्ते नृपा नृप पञ्चविंशति पश्चाच्च त्रयो मध्ये अपरे अन्यदा तेषां पुरस्तादभवन् आर्यावर्ते नृपा नृप पञ्चविंशति पश्चाच्च त्रयो मध्ये अपरे अन्यदा. Translation. Of the 100 sons, 25 became kings in the western side of Aryavata, a place between the Himalaya and the Vindhya mountain. Another 25 sons became kings in the east of Aryavata, and the 3 principal sons became kings in the middle. The other sons became kings in the various other places. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here descendants of Ikshvaku is described. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, no, imam vivasvate yogam proktaman avam avyayam manu ikshakave bravit. So this science was explained to me, then how it came from Manu. So sun god, imam vivasvate yogam proktaman aham avyayam. Then the sun god to Manu, Manu to Ikshvaku, like that, like same is mentioned here, the descendants of Ikshvaku.
Yeah.
So here we can see that Ikshvaku had how many sons? 100 sons he is having. And how did Ikshvaku was born? From Manu's nostrils. Same way like who was born from nostrils? Anybody remembers?
Vara.
Varaha Murti, Same to before Hiranya killing Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was terrorizing the universe. And then everybody was praying, and Lord Brahma sneezed. From his nostrils came this Varaha Murti. Then he grew in size, Then after that he killed the Hiranyaksha. Then Hiranyakashipu became very angry. Then that's why he wanted to kill Vishnu. Then he performs tapasya to get the boon of almost immortality, almost like that. Then Narasimhadev appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu. So same here when he was sneezing. So this is how, this is like inconceivable for us, how this will happen. But for God, everything is possible. But for us, it is not possible. For God, everything is possible. So He can manifest, He can do anything, everything, at any time. So that's why the scriptures, sometimes they describe, so that we understand that, we should understand that from scripture, that anything is possible for Krishna. Like we have that story, right? That one Brahmana and one cobbler, like one cobbler and one Brahmana, they were asking Narada Muni, when we will go back to Vaikuntha, right? When you see Narayana, please ask, like that. So when Narada Muni asked Narayana in Vaikuntha, that this Brahmana also asked the same question. This cobbler also, who is stitching the shoes, he is also asking same question. Then Lord said that, okay, when you see them, tell that, when they ask what Narayana was doing, tell them he was trying to push a elephant through the eye of the needle. Tell them like that. Because before he told, Lord said that the Brahmana will not come, but the cobbler will come in this lifetime. But the Brahmana will take many lifetimes. So when again Narada Muni came, the Brahmana asked, "Did you ask Narayana when I will come back to Vaikuntha?" He said, "No, for you it will take many, many lifetimes." Then he said, "How come? I am following everything properly." "No, did you really see Narayana? Tell if you have seen Narayana what he was doing." Then he said, "When I was seeing Narayana, Narayana was trying to squeeze an elephant through the eye of the needle." And the Brahmana was laughing. Then he's telling, "How come, the Lord, it is possible how to squeeze an elephant inside the eye of the needle? It is not at all possible. This is false. It is." So he did not have faith. So then Narada Muni understand this is why the Lord said he will not come, because there is no faith. And the second, when he went to the cobbler asked did you meet Narayana, how was he? And he was saying, "Yeah, I met him." Then he was saying what my Lord was doing. He did not ask for when I will get liberated also. As what my Lord was doing, he was saying he was trying to push the elephant through the eye of a needle. Then he said, "Yeah, my Lord can do anything, because he is putting inside the banyan tree, banyan seed, if you see, it is a small fruit, it is having hundreds of seeds inside that. Inside one small seed, there is one banyan tree. Because when the seed is put in the ground, one more banyan tree will manifest. Like that, 100 seeds, you will put 100 banyan tree will come. The whole banyan tree is programmed inside a small seed. And you see how much huge is a banyan tree. And it lives for how many thousands of years, spreading wide area. And everything is programmed into a small seed, smaller than a mustard seed actually. So he said, my Lord can do any miracle. So then he understood that why the Lord said that he can, because that faith, the faith is required. That Lord can do anything. But when you read scriptures, sometimes it may look like how this is possible, how somebody is sneezing, how it will come. The Lord can do anything. It's all up to him. When he is able to float these so many planets in the air, why can't he do anything else? So everything is possible. If it is not possible, then we cannot call him as God, because something is not possible for him also. So for him, everything and everything is possible. That is Krishna. So here we can see the scriptures, when they are explaining like that, we should understand these are sometimes inconceivable for us, because everything we cannot understand about Krishna. One time, one person, Prabhupada's disciple, he was asking so many questions about Krishna to Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked him, why are you asking so many questions? Then this disciple told to Prabhupada that, I want to understand Krishna. Then Srila Prabhupada said, no, you cannot understand Krishna. Don't try to understand Krishna. Try to love Krishna. So our goal is not trying to understand Krishna. Our goal is to love Krishna. But minimum something, whatever is from the scriptures, we will try to, because we can never understand the Lord by our limited mind and senses. Atha Sri Krishna Namadi Nabhava Grayam Indre. With our limited mind, intelligence or senses, we can never understand Krishna. Always, any religion, we cannot understand God. He is so infinite. We can never, even we said, Pantastu Kodi Sadavatsra Samparagamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam. Even the Munis, if they are thinking the speed of the light for millions of years, still they cannot understand God. It is not possible. Very difficult subject. But we can develop our love for Him. That is possible. When we are reading Bhagavatam and seeing, we can understand that He is great. His greatness and His sweetness. Next canto will come, His sweetness of Krishna, sweetness of God. This is describing about the greatness of God. So we can understand like that some part. And if at all we want to understand completely Krishna, then it is only possible by Krishna's mercy. If he want, he can shower mercy. Like for Arjuna, he showed the Vishwarupam. Otherwise, it is not possible. So that we should understand in that context. Hare Krishna. So now next verse is verse number 6. Verse number 6 to 11 is actually story of Vikukshi. So we will see the story of Vikukshi. Hare Krishna.
5 we explained, Prabhuji? 5?
5, yes, same Prabhu. That 100 sons, no Prabhu, of Ikshvaku was born. Ikshvaku had 100 sons. So total 100 sons was there. It is there, no? Here, what is that word used here? Can we go up in the verse, Prabhu? Like,
same one.
It is said, here, of 100 sons, 25 sons, kings in the western side of Aryavarta, the place between Himalaya and Vindhya mountains. So, in the northern side of India, because Himalaya there, no? Vindhya mountains. Another 25 sons became the kings of east of Aryavarta.
Aryavarta.
And yes, 25 sons, Eastern says. And the three prominent sons. Who are the three prominent sons? Bhikukshi, that's what we are going to discuss from the verse number 6 to 11. The story of Bhikukshi. Then Nimi and Dandaka, the kings in the middle area.
Okay.
Other sons, kings in the north and south. So this is where they were actually ruling. That's described here. How many sons and where they were ruling.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
So we'll go to verse number 6.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.6.6. Sa ekadastika sradhe ichvaku sutmadi satte mam samaniyatam tam medhyam vikuche gacchamachiram. Sa ekadastika sradhe ichvaku sutmadi satte mam samaniyatam medhyam vikuche gacchamachiram. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhay Chanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Chandrapad ki Jai. Translation. During the month of January, February and March, oblations offered to the forefathers are called Ashtaka Shraddha. The Shraddha ceremony is held during the dark fourth night of the month when Maharaja Ishwaku was performing his oblations. In this ceremony, he ordered his son Bhikkhupasi to go immediately to the forest to bring some pure flesh. Translation once again. During the month of January, February, and March, oblations offered to the forefathers are called Ashtaka Shraddha. The Shraddha ceremony is held during the dark fourth night of the month when Maharaja Ishwaku was performing his oblations. In this ceremony, he ordered his son Bhikkhupasi to go immediately the forest to bring some pure flesh. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Okay.
We will go to 7th verse, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam 9.6.7. तथेति स वनं गत्वा मृगान् हत्वा क्रियार्हणान् श्रान्तो बुभुक्षितो वीरः शशं चादद् अपस्मृतिः तथेति स वनं गत्वा मृगान् हत्वा क्रियार्हणां श्रान्तो बुभुक्षितो वीरः शशं चादद् अपस्मृतिः. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Thereafter, Ikshvaku's son Vikukshi went to the forest and killed many animals suitable for being offered as oblations. But when fatigued and hungry, he became forgetful and ate a rabbit he had killed. Purport. It is evident that Kshatriyas killed animals in the forest because the flesh of the animals was suitable to be offered at a particular type of yajna. Offering oblations to the forefathers in the ceremony known as Shraddha is also a kind of yajna. In this yajna, flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. However, in the present age, Kali Yuga, this kind of offering is forbidden. Quoting from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ashwamedham Gavalambham Sanyasam Pala Paitrikam Devarena Sutotpattim Kalau Pancha Vivarjayet. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden: the offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of the order of sannyasa, the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers, and a man's begetting children in his brother's wife. The word Palapaitrikam refers to an offering of flesh in oblations to forefathers. Formerly, such an offering was allowed, but in this age it is forbidden. In this age, Kali Yuga, everyone is expert in hunting animals, but most of the people are Shudras, not Kshatriyas. According to Vedic injunctions, however, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, whereas Shudras are allowed to eat flesh after offering goats or the other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali or similar demigods.
On the whole, meat eating is not completely forbidden. A particular class of men is allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances and injunctions. As far as eating beef is concerned, however, it is strictly prohibited to everyone. Thus, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks of Goraksham, cow protection. Meat eaters, according to their different positions and the directions of the Shastra, are allowed to eat flesh, but never the flesh of cows. Cows must be given all protection. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
A very important, very important purport actually we can see here. A lot of misunderstanding will be cleared by Srila Prabhupada's purport here, because we will have a lot of doubt. Always when we talk about vegetarianism, to people they say your scripture also tells so much about Ashwamedha Yajna, Go Yajna. You are also killing animals, offering sacrifices. The kings used to eat meat. How come you are taking Shastra and telling that we should become vegetarian? There is always a lot of debate on this. They refer many parts of the scripture where Maharaj or kings, they used to eat flesh, and they say, okay, your scripture already is telling all these things. How come? So here Prabhupada is explaining everything very nicely here. So as I said, from verse number 6 to 11, it is a story of Vikukshi. Sasada. His name is Sasada. You know what is Sasada means? The eater of the rabbit. That is the name. Sasada. The eater of the rabbit. His name is also called as Vikukshi, is also called as Sasada, means the eater of the rabbit. So here we can see Maharaj Ikshwaku was performing his oblations to the forefathers. Ashtaka Shraddha. So he ordered his son, Vikukshi, to go to the forest and bring some pure flesh. So that was the previous verse. And what happens in verse number 7 to 9? Vikukshi eats a rabbit. Vikukshi went to the forest as per his father's instruction. He killed many animals because Kshatriyas are allowed for hunting. Because Kshatriyas are to engage in the warfare, they will take some trial, practices. So in the forest they will go, they will kill a deer or this, animals, so that they will practice this archery also. Because you cannot directly practice archery with other things. So they are allowed as per the Shastra to hunt animals, only Kshatriyas. So he went to forest and killed many animals. But what happened when he became fatigued and hungry? He ate a rabbit that he has killed. So Vashishta understood this and said that the flesh was unfit for the Shraddha, because he already, without offering, he has ate already. So that is then it becomes that it is not proper for the yajna. It will not be proper. So Vashishta Muni understood this and said that the flesh was unfit because it already ate. So when we are offering something, we should not taste it, and it becomes contaminated if you taste it. Even in the temples, what they do, if they are whatever they are offering bhoga to the Lord, they will cover with a cloth. You have seen the temples, right, Prabhu? You have seen, right? They will cover with the cloth. They will not openly take, because nobody should even see by the eye before it is offered. After the offering, you can see, you can take darshan, everything, but before offering, they will cover it with the cloth. And it is said that especially the dogs should not see when whatever offerings are being taken. So they will cover with the cloth. So because here it is contaminated, this flesh is contaminated because he already taken that meat. So it is unfit for the Shraddha ceremony. So what happened? His father became very upset. King Ikshwaku became extremely angry and ordered Vikukshi to leave the country because he is not able to perform the Shraddha ceremony for his forefathers. Father became very angry and he told immediately, you leave this country. So this is what we are going to discuss from 7 to 9 context. So okay, now Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport, evident that Kshatriyas killed animals. So throughout the scriptures we can see Kshatriyas are killing the animals. They are allowed to kill the animals in the forest. And also one more second point, the flesh of the animals was suitable to be offered at a, not for all yajna, particular type of yajna. We don't know what is the yajna name, but Prabhupada writes only particular type of yajna, the flesh of the animals can be offered. Offering oblations to the forefathers in the ceremony is known as Shraddha. We know the Shraddha ceremony. Shraddha is faith. Shraddha ceremony. So normally if you go to Gaya also, our Ramashri Prabhu is there. Ramashri Prabhu is from Gaya. You know that? Ramashri Prabhu is in Gaya. If you want to go Gaya, you can stay in Prabhuji's home.
Sure, Prabhu. Welcome, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes. So Prabhuji is there from Gaya. Okay. So it is very close to, if you go to Ayodhya or Kasi, from Kasi or Ayodhya, it is close. I think 3 to 4 hours, Prabhu, by train, right? 2 to 3 hours, I think. Gaya. Yeah, very close. So if anybody visiting Ayodhya or Kasi, from there, Gaya is very close. We can, because Gaya is very, where Vishnupad is there. So where there it is very famous to offer the Shraddha to the forefathers. So that specific these things are, arrangements are there, and it is in the scripture very much glorified to offer oblations to the forefathers there, especially the whatever this Shraddha ceremony is conducted there, very specifically in that place. Also Rameshwaram also very famous for that. Rameshwaram also famous near that Dhanushkodi. Yeah, they are also famous, and the Gaya also famous. So forefather ceremony is known as Shraddha. It's also a kind of yajna. In this yajna, what happens? Flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. But now we will not do like this, because Prabhupada mentions here, in present age Kali Yuga, this kind of offering is forbidden. Quoting from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. So this quote is from Brahma Vaivarta Purana, where most of the things about Kali Yuga is mentioned. Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Ashwamedam Gavalambam Sannyasam Pala Paitrikam Devarena Sutopatim Kalo Pancha Vivarjayat. So in this age of Kali, which is present age, 5 acts are forbidden. What are the 5 acts which are forbidden? The offering of a horse in sacrifice. So in Kali Yuga, because there are no expert Brahmanas, first of all, in Kali Yuga, because those times it is said that the Brahmanas were so expert, we already read that Vedic Yajnik Brahmanas. Yajnik Brahmanas, they will offer a old horse or old cow, and they will be immediately promoted to human life. So now nobody is qualified. The offering of a horse in sacrifice is not allowed in Kali Yuga. The offering of a cow in sacrifice also not allowed. And in Tamil Nadu also, people in the demigod temple, they will they will give offered goat or chicken, this, all these things they offer, for their daughter, ear piercing ceremony, like that it was there. But our Tamil Nadu chief minister Jayalalitha, if you know, she stopped everything. She told no more we will accept. So now it is illegal to give offering like that. They will kill actually in front of the goddess. Whenever the child, they want to do ear piercing ceremony or then the head shaving ceremony, they will bring one goat or they will bring one chicken, and like that they will offer. And she stopped everywhere. And now what they will do, they will bring and leave it in the temple premises. It will roam here and there. It is not actually legally, if they police will catch. So this kind of sacrifices are not allowed. Also important thing is acceptance of the order of sannyas. Okay, so the offering of oblations, why we know why the sannyas is not accepted in Kali Yuga. Anybody can say what is the reason? This horse sacrifice we know, and cow sacrifice, because there are no qualified brahmanas Kali Yuga, so that is prohibited. Acceptance of order of sannyas is mainly said because easily people can fall down after taking sannyas, no? Because the age is so much contaminated, people will be easily, they will fall down from the sannyasa. Wow, today's situation, how much is there? Somebody takes sannyas also. Difficult to follow sannyas. Wow, it is very difficult because so much disturbances, temptations, troubles. So that's why it is said somebody takes sannyas, no, you should not fall down. It is a very big offense if you fall down. That is very you see, when a temple, if there is a brahmachari is living up to 40-45 years in temple. Okay, even you imagine ISKCON temple, he is as a brahmachari 45 years, from 20 years to 45 is there. At 45 years he is having a desire to marry. He can marry or not? Suppose is age of 50 also, he is having a desire to marry. Whether the brahmachari can marry or not?
Yes. Not marry.
Yeah, he can marry.
He can marry.
Yes.
He can marry. Nothing wrong. He is accepted because he can go anytime. He can change his position. In ISKCON also, many brahmacharis after age of 35-40 they married. There was one Prabhuji, Govind Prabhu in ISKCON Chaupati also. He was a brahmachari for a long time. Then recently he got married. It is not wrong. You can, but if you take sannyas, you cannot marry. You cannot marry. That's why sannyasa is very, very, it's very strict actually. Sannyasa means finish. You cannot
Lost.
see anybody. Yeah, it is like you can never marry. And scripture says, after sannyas, if you enter again grastha ashram, if you are, it is like eating your own vomit. See, so it's strong, very strong. It is like that word is very, very specifically said that one is eating his own vomit. You see how much disgusting. So somebody accepting sannyasa can never become family person in his life. Should not accepted in Shastra. But brahmachari, that's why before taking sannyas, even in ISKCON, there is a big list. You have to submit application form, and they will not give sannyas very easily. In ISKCON also, they will scrutinize thoroughly. You have to wait for at least 3-4 years after your application submitted, and then they will analyze, see many things. Maybe even, I don't know, they will see the horoscope also. After seeing many factors, then only they will award sannyas. Because sannyas is very, very serious thing. It is fully dedicating your life. But brahmachari is safe. Like brahmachari, he is there, he is trying his best to follow all the things. But at a certain stage, he is telling, oh, no more I can, no, I want to accept a family. I want to get married. So it is accepted. It is accepted practice. Many brahmacharis in ISKCON, they get married. Some get married at the age of 25, 30, 35. Some at the age of 40 also they get married. So it is not wrong, because that is also an ashrama, grahastha ashrama. But once after accepting sannyas, we cannot. And also sometimes sannyas taken after for family persons also, like Srila Prabhupada, taken sannyas after renouncing. After children grown up also they take sannyas. That sannyas, in that sannyas you can meet your mother. Now, parents can be met in sannyas after taking sannyas, but you cannot meet your wife after sannyas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never met his wife after that, but his mother used to come and see this one. But it is because highest order of renunciation is sannyas. Sannyas is something, you are dedicating your karmana, manasa, vacha, everything in the service of the Lord. So, and sannyas is very like high kind of so people normally in Kali Yuga not allowed. But still, why ISKCON is giving sannyas then if it is not accepted? His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj says that it is because we are taking risk actually. Because for spreading Krishna consciousness, those devotees, they are taking risk of giving sannyasa and taking sannyasa even though it is not accepted in the Shastra. And according to Shastra, also sannyasi should not cross the ocean, cannot cross the sea. That is also there. But Prabhupada crossed the ocean. Why? For preaching Krishna. For preaching Krishna consciousness, you can do anything, but not for your own sense gratification. So normally it is like lot of regulations are there. Prabhupada changed many things. Like Mataji is also Prabhupada allowed in the altar to do worship, right? In the Western world temples, normally they are not allowed in the Garbhagriha for performing the arati and all. But Prabhupada accepted, So many temples, ISKCON temples, there are lady priests also there. They will do arati, they will do everything. Especially if you go to Western countries, you can see they are doing arati. I have seen many temples, they were doing arati when we were there.
Yes, and all there is,
Yeah, they are doing in Russia, you can see, Europe, you can see, America, you can see. They will do arati, same like Prabhuji's, they will also do. So, Prabhupada did many things, revolutionized many things. And Prabhupada's guru also, like yesterday we discussed, he put chair in the temples. When this Westerners come, for them to comfortably sit. Normally, now you can see many temples have chairs, but earlier time, temples means chairs are not allowed. You should only sit on the floor. That's traditional. You cannot see any traditional temple, there's for sitting arrangement, everything on the floor only. Any big temple, you go to Padmanabha Swami temple or anywhere, you will not see any place, you have to sit in the floor, ground only. So they introduced, something to, propagate Krishna consciousness. They changed so that the people who are coming, they will feel comfortable. Too much austerity people cannot take in Kali Yuga. So like that, so sannyasa is actually is prohibited in Kali Yuga. The offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers also prohibited. So when we are offering oblations now to the forefathers, we cannot offer flesh in Kali Yuga. And a man begetting children in his brother's wife. Like previously we saw like here, like, but in Kali Yuga, man begetting children in his brother's wife also is prohibited. This word, pala paitrikam, refers to an offering flesh to the forefathers. So formally such offering were allowed, but it is forbidden. According to Vedic wisdom, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, whereas Shudras are allowed to eat flesh. When Shudras are allowed to eat flesh, after offering the goat or other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali, I told in our temples, the Kula Devata, they say. They do all these things. Even if you go to any Kula Devata temple, especially Kali temple, you can see now also. I don't know other state, Tamil Nadu, there was practice. This practice was still there, but that chief minister, he came and she stopped everything. Now it is not allowed anymore, but I don't know about other states. They are allowing that or not. Kerala allowed, Prabhu? Kerala it is allowed? Kali Devi temple, they give sacrifice?
No, no,
Not allowed, huh?
no, not allowed. No.
Not allowed. I think they stopped every temple. They stopped. But normally, if the Sudras, they are allowed to eat, but they have to offer first to the Kali before eating.
Yeah.
So on the whole, meat eating is not completely forbidden. So Shastra is not completely telling no meat eating. A particular class of men is allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances and injunctions. So whenever we are talking about vegetarianism, no, so this kind of arguments will come. Many people will not accept when we are telling vegetarian, no. People will argue. People will say so many excuses. Protein, they say protein you get only from vegetarian food. Sorry, non-vegetarian. Like that, that is the main argument people keep. Because everybody know it is not good. It is painful for the animal. So that point everybody will accept. Yes, it is very painful when you kill a goat or this one. It is very painful for the animal. Prabhupada says, if somebody put knife on our throat, how much it will be painful for us, right? And somebody put knife on our throat. Same knife you are putting on the throat of a goat or chicken, it will be definitely painful. No doubt in that. And one more thing also there. See, those days it was not like mass slaughter. No, they were not having slaughterhouse. They were growing. They were in the garden, one or two occasionally, monthly once they will kill. But nowadays it become a slaughterhouse. No, it has become a main business. All this KFC, McDonald's, all it becomes. Prabhupada condemns a slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is a very, very, very ghastly things happens inside slaughterhouse. They say if you take any children, no, if they see slaughterhouse, we are seeing the building from outside. But what is happening inside the slaughterhouse, if anybody will see, they will never touch their meat in any whole lifetime. Who are eating meat also, if you take them to a slaughterhouse for one day, like we have the visit, no, industry visit, people go inside industry, visit one day. Like that, if you take the people who are eating meat to a slaughterhouse and see how they are killing the animals, 95% they will stop eating meat. 95%, because it is very, very, very painful, very, very ghastly scene there. And forget small chicken or something, you don't feel much. What about big animals? Big cow. Cow is huge, right? Camel is still huge. Horse. So when I visited Kazakhstan, with the shop they are selling horse meat also. Very famous there, horse meat in that country. Okay, so but ISKCON temple is there, Govindas is there, but they are eating horse meat there in Kazakh, because that area they eat all these things, horse. So imagine how they will kill all those huge animals, no? Big, it's difficult actually, not easy.
Even to kill
See,
it
fish,
is
fish is small, we don't feel much, fish you are taking, and after some time it will flap, without water it will die. That also is painful for fish actually, without water. But still, but these huge animals, we cannot think how they are killing also. So anybody visits slaughterhouse, even if you're a meat eater, they will become vegetarian. But what problem is, nobody is seeing that. Everybody is seeing only the burger bun, the burger bun inside nicely packed with leaves, with mayonnaise, everything. So people feel it is very tasty, they eat like that. But it is very, very abominable. So here Prabhupada is writing, men, particular class is allowed. That is Kshatriyas, Kshatriyas they are allowed. But as far as eating beef is concerned, however, it is strictly prohibited for everyone. Nobody can eat beef. But nowadays it is, especially I think Kerala and all, they are not accepting this, they are very much against this. I recently saw one video where one bank, I think they told that, cow, they should not eat. And immediately all the employees, they brought beef next day to the bank and they started eating in front of the manager. And that video became viral. You have seen that video, Prabhu? Seen that?
not seen.
Some bank, I don't know, somebody forwarded in WhatsApp. I saw that video. It was in Kerala, some bank only. All these bank employees, they brought, they want, immediately, they want to hurt the sentiments. So scripture is very clearly saying eating beef is prohibited for everyone, not even say one class. Nobody should, because it is very dear to Krishna. Thus in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks about Go Raksham, cow protection. Rishi Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Govinda, that Govinda itself name comes from go, from cow. Krishna likes cow very much, very sattvic animal and very calm, and giving milk for us. It is giving so much. We are eating milk, paneer, ghee, butter, yogurt, laban. So much we are getting. Cow dung, and that Panchagavya is there. But after that, killing is not good actually. Prabhupada says it is like killing your own mother, because you take milk after 3 years, you take cow's milk for nourishment, and then you kill the cow. That is like you are killing your own mother. So meat eaters, according to the different position and the direction of the Shastra, are allowed to eat flesh, but never the flesh of cows. Cows must be given all protection. So this is a conclusion. So even actually, if you are eating, they are saying, if you are eating lesser animals, like small, no, like fish or something, that sin, amount of sin is less. The more we eat that, the bigger animals, that sin is actually increasing.
Yes.
Like this cow, and cows totally, it is that's the biggest sin.
Yes.
But if the people go for goat, it is more than fish actually. Egg is considered little minimum. Then above egg is actually fish. Above fish is actually this one, goat.
Good.
And then the other animals come, this camel, horse, everything. But cow is definitely in different category. It is a grievous sin. It is considered to be. The scriptures say, I don't know how many of us believe. The scriptures say, how many hairs in that cow body, that many birth he has to take again and again. He has to take birth so many times to that matching that for one cow how much hairs are there. So it is very grievous sin, eating flesh of a cow. So it's very important that we should it's at least tell to our relatives, our friends, our well-wishers, that even though if they cannot stop meat, that is fine. That at least stop. You should stop eating beef. Very clearly prohibited. As per eating beef is concerned, it is strictly prohibited for everyone. At least that one they can follow. Hare Krishna. So I think Prabhu, Sri Kumar Prabhu will stop here, 10:35.
Yes.
So we'll see, continue verse number 8 tomorrow. Any questions or any comments on so far, any discussion? Please, you can feel free to discuss. 5 minutes. Hare Krishna.
One seems to be strong.
Yes, Prabhuji.
There is no initiation. Means in giving all these Mataji's giving the initiation only ISKCON. Also the sannyasi, right?
Sorry, Prabhu. What is the point?
No, there are restrictions, Prabhu.
Restrictions regarding?
The initiation, sannyasam, right?
Initiation, there is no restriction, no? What is the restriction?
Before, nobody's, the only ladies are not given the restriction. Only ISKCON is given, right?
Only ISKCON is giving.
Yeah. Then so the sannyasa.
Okay. You are mean to say initiation is not given to Mataji's outside ISKCON, right? That's what you are saying. Yeah. In ISKCON they are giving for Mataji's also. Okay. Understood. Okay.
Also the sannyasis are now also all the Maharajas coming to this for preaching. So we know that yesterday there was a Prabhu Maharaj. Yesterday we celebrated day before yesterday.
Radhanath Swami Maharaj.
Yeah, he's also not of everybody, right? He's not preaching. It's like some restriction. Also, so we have the 4 regulative principles that we have to keep the regulative principle. That is the importance of the devotees. That is the more important thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody?
Any other discussion? There are no further comments, Prabhu. Then I think we can end today's
Yeah.
session. We'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I couldn't hear properly. I am also on duty, but last point is Sashmedam Gavalam on that point, Prabhuji. In one lecture,
Yeah.
when Prabhuji was telling the animal whose skeleton system is more developed, if we kill that
Yes.
animal, we will get a more simple reaction than as we
Correct,
like
correct.
fish and the small thing.
Correct,
Because the
correct,
skeletal
correct.
system is more painful, this death is.
Nervous system. Yeah, nervous system. Right?
Skeletal system also.
Skeletal and nervous are nerves also there. Means skeletal system and nervous system both are yes. Because that nerves, if it is not developed much, you will not feel pain, right? That's why when you give this anesthesia, you are giving it to the nerves only, no, Mataji?
Yes.
Nerves, right?
System also coming in that. Yes,
skeletal system also. So you know better than me. So I don't know about the much. So okay, yeah. Okay, Mataji. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Very true, Mataji. Very true. Skeletal system. When the more they are developed, no, they feel more pain.
More pain.
That's why it is more sinful, because you are causing greater amount of pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees for joining. So we'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mandara for Shivagoda Prabhuji, as well as all the devotees who are present today for everybody's spiritual progress. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama